The world's a dangerous place. Get the industry's original and most trusted laser sighting system from Crimson Trace. A laser and light systems will enhance your effectiveness and help keep you and your family out of harm's way.
This is Tom Gresham's Gun Talk, broadcasting nationwide. Have a question? Want to make a comment? Call Tom now at 1-TOM-TALK-GUN. That's 866-825-5486. Or you can send us an email, tom@guntalk.com. Now, here's Tom Gresham.
Well, welcome again. I'm glad you could be here. I'm Tom Gresham. It is Gun Talk. One of the things I want to talk about this hour of Gun Talk, of course, we have the theater shooting in Lafayette, Louisiana. As you imagine yourself in this place, I know you have. Everybody has. You imagined yourself in this theater, okay? First of all, did you bring your gun? There's a no gun sign. This is a gun-free zone. Did you bring your gun anyway? I mean, really? On the one hand, you could get in trouble. On the other hand, you could get dead. Let's do the math on this one. Okay, then have we thought through, it's dark. Do you have a gun, a light on your gun? Do you have a laser on your gun? Somebody was asking recently, said, well, do you really think you could make a shot in the dark? Or all these people? Well, you know, it's a difficult situation. It's hard. I'm not telling you that most people can do it. I'm not sure that I could do it. If I didn't think I could make the shot, I wouldn't pull the trigger. It's a basic rule. But at the same time, it's dark. You got to sort all this out. Imagine, however, just play with me for a second. Go along with this. Imagine you have a light and a laser on your gun. Now you can see this guy from however far away it is in the theater. And with a laser, you just put the laser on him. And wherever the laser is where the bullet's going. Maybe you can't get a good sight alignment, but you put the laser on him. And I have shot small guns with lasers at 50 yards at night, and it is easy to make hits on a torso-sized target. Easy. Shooting from the hip. Easy. If you can control the trigger, if you have good trigger control, you can make the hits. So as you imagine yourself in this, I guess what I'm asking you is, have you considered making a change in your gear? Just thinking here, okay? 866-TALK-GUN gets you in here. Tom@guntalk.com is the email. You can go over to Twitter. I'm at Gun Talk. On Facebook, look for Gun Talk Media. We have a lot of ways for you to catch up, to keep up, to be informed. Tell you what, let's go to the phone. Line 3, Angela is with us out of Bossier, Texas. Angela, thank you for calling Gun Talk.
Thank you, sir. I had a question about a pistol I recently purchased. I have a 9mm Smith & Wesson M&P compact, and I really love the feel and the shooting of it. So I went ahead and I purchased a 40 caliber in the Shield version, which is the single stack as opposed to the double stack. Now, when I went to work the slide in the store, you know, just checking out the basics of it, it was really stiff, and I was kind of leery of it, but I went ahead and got it anyway. And when I got it home and I loaded it up, when you have that slide pulled back and you go to hit the slide release with the ammo in there, it will not function. It will not go ahead and push that ammo on into the chamber. So I'm just wondering, is there any way I can free that up?
You bet. First of all, don't try to drop the slide that way. That's the wrong way to drop the slide. Okay?
Okay.
When the slide's locked back and you put the magazine in, keep your trigger finger outside of the trigger guard, not near the trigger guard, and grab that slide with your other hand and pull back hard on the slide and let go. Don't let it ride forward. Just let go of it, and that slide will go flying forward. Forget that slide release lever. Don't even use it.
Okay. I will give that a try, and I thank you very much, sir.
All right. That's spring will get a little bit easier to work with, but frankly, and I'm just going to tell you, if you find that spring to be too much for you, then sell that gun to somebody else and get a 9mm version of the shield. There is statistically absolutely no difference between the 9mm and the 40 in terms of stopping.
I'll keep that in mind. Thank you for your input.
All right, good deal. The spring on the 40 has to be stiffer because the 40 has more energy. It's a faster velocity, but that doesn't equate, in statistics, it doesn't equate to stopping people any better. So 9mm 40 and frankly 45 are all pretty much the same when it comes to stopping people. So being able to use your gun and put multiple shots on target are more important, because it turns out it takes roughly 2.5 hits to stop an attacker with a handgun. 2 hits. So only hits matter. Line 4, JB's with us out of Lake Charles, Louisiana, just down the road from Lafayette. Hey, JB.
Hello, how are you?
I'm well.
Good. I had 2 questions, and your screener answered one of them. It was the HCP behind the 45. I never could find out what it meant. She told me.
Automatic Colt Pistol. There you go. She would know.
Amen. Thank you.
That's right. Michelle knows this stuff.
Made by Remington. I bought it from a friend of mine in 1979. When did Remington quit making the 1911s?
Now, you're talking about the original military issue 1911s?
It had a holster that was U.S., but I don't know.
Okay, yeah. They made 1911s during World War II. I think they probably stopped right after World War II. But here's the thing. Remington is now making 1911s again. They're making brand new ones. So, I mean, if you're interested. But the original World War II era 1911s, I'm not sure exactly when they stopped making them, but I will bet you it's probably pretty close to the end of the war, because essentially almost all of those weapons contracts got canceled as we were hitting the end of World War II. So I bet that's when they stopped making that, the ones that were made for the military in World War II. Thanks, JB. I appreciate that. Line 1, Bob's in Stagecoach, Nevada. God, I love that. Hey, Bob, how are you?
I'm good, Tom. You?
I'm good. What's up?
I have a Ruger Mini 14 in 223, and it is stamped restricted government and law enforcement use only. Can you tell me what the difference is between that and one that is not stamped?
Well, it means you're going to get arrested, handcuffed, and stuffed into jail for... No, I'm just making this up. No, actually, let me guess. You bought that about 1995, 96, 97 ballpark.
Actually, I believe that's around what year it is.
Yep. How do I know that? Because that was during the infamous Clinton gun ban era, also known as the assault weapon ban. So they didn't actually ban anything, but they said, if it's got these particular types of things on it, flash suppressors and all, you can't have it. So they stamped a bunch of these guns restricted to government and law enforcement use only, except that it has no basis in law or fact or anything else. In fact, at this point, it might even be a curiosity piece. Who knows? Maybe one of these years down the road, somebody will even think they're collector's items. But other than being interesting, that's about all you got. Okay.
I was just worried that maybe at one point in time, if I got pulled over with it, I might be in trouble.
Exactly. No, you're good to go. Now, not to say you couldn't run into an officer who didn't know that, but there is absolutely no restriction on that, and it's perfectly okay for you to have it, assuming, of course, it's not full auto, but it's semi-auto. So, but I imagine if it's a Mini 14, they did make some that were full auto, by the way, but I doubt that is. So that's the deal. There were a lot of ARs that had that same stamping on them. It's kind of fun to look at them and go, yep, that was the Clinton gun ban. That was the law that actually caused the Democrats to lose control of Congress after being in charge for 40 years. Gun control cost them control of Congress. Would that we could do that again. 866-TALK-GUN.
The world can be a dangerous place. Gear up with the industry's original and most trusted laser sighting system from Crimson Trace. Equipping your firearm with laser and light systems will enhance your effectiveness and help keep you and your family out of harm's way. Call 800-442-2406 or visit crimsontrace.com and receive a free copy of our new laser training video, The Laser's Edge. Crimson Trace.
Be sure to watch NRA Freedom Friday from 8 p.m. to 11 p.m. with Freedom Fighters, American Air Gunner, ATSN Stop the Threat, Gun Talk TV, Championship Season, Guns and Gear TV. Watch NRA's Freedom Friday only on the Pursuit Channel, where we deliver the outdoors.
You got your carry permit, and that's good. But you know you could use more training. Get the DVDs, which have what you need. Springfield Armory presents Concealed Carry 1 and Concealed Carry 2 with Battle Group. Learn specific concealed carry skills from Top Gun fighting trainers. Get trained. Be prepared. This really is life and death. ShopGunTalk.com. That's ShopGunTalk.com.
If you're looking for a safe and trusted way to sell your firearms, look no further than Dury's Gun Shop. I trusted them to sell my dad's collection. They built their business for over 50 years on honesty and customer service. Dury's Guns will buy any size collection or estate, none too big or too small. Selling your firearms to Dury's Guns is easy. Go with the pros. I trust Dury's Guns. DurysGuns.com.
The 100% American-made Ruger American Rifle is now paired with the 100% American-made Redfield Revolution 4-Plex Rifle Scope, making it an American icon and rifle scope package offering. The Ruger American Rifle with Redfield Revolution Rifle Scope maintains all of the features of the full-size Ruger American Rifle and also includes a Redfield Revolution 3 to 9x40 rifle scope that offers resettable stainless steel finger-click AccuTrack adjustment. The Ruger American Rifle with Redfield Revolution Rifle Scope, another American-made product from Ruger.
All right, back with you, 866-TALK-GUN. Let's go to the phones. Line 4, Jose is in Lafayette, Louisiana. Yes, the Lafayette, Louisiana that is in the news. Hello, Jose. Welcome to Gun Talk.
Hi, Tom. How you doing today?
I am well. My strongest wishes and prayers for everybody in Lafayette, because I know that probably around there, everybody knows somebody who is connected to this.
Oh, yeah. Thank you so much. Look, we were there at the theater a few days before. And, yes, I noticed the sign. The signs are past where you buy your tickets to begin with, and it don't make a difference. I will carry anyway, plus a flashlight, plus a laser.
There you go.
Now, after what happened, my wife has changed her mind, and now she is carrying every day, where before she would only carry when she thought she was going to get robbed.
I always love that. You figure, okay, if I think I'm going to get robbed, maybe I shouldn't be going there in the first place. But it's just, it's funny the way we think, isn't it?
Yes, it is. And her job is actually, normally she just carries when she goes to work. She's a realtor. But it's like, man, what if I'm the first victim? What's she going to do? Because she says, well, you always carry.
Yes.
It's like, well,
you say, okay,
what if it's me?
Yeah, and say, well, who's going to take care of me? Or a guy walks up behind us and just hits me in the back of the head and knocks me out cold. And now he wants you. Now what are you going to do?
Yep. So now definitely we go into the Vada group in soon, October, I think it is.
Oh, good. You're going to come over to Slidell for that?
Yes.
Yeah, they are terrific trainers. For those who don't know, VATA is VATA, VATA Group on the web. You can look them up. Good trainers down in South Louisiana, Southeast Louisiana, Slidell area. Jose, let me ask you a question. Can I get personal with you, really?
Go ahead.
I take it you're Hispanic, right?
Yes.
Within the Hispanic community, and I just got to plead complete and utter ignorance here, is there any particular feeling for, against guns, for, against concealed carry? Do you get any kind of sense in the community?
Look, when I was growing up, I'm from Puerto Rico. When I was growing up, guns were evil. Only cops had guns. Puerto Rico has some of the most restrictive gun laws that there are. And only criminals had guns. Even though cops were the only ones that were supposed to, when I left Puerto Rico, we were having probably about 1,000 killings every year due to guns.
Wow.
But all Hispanics up till today, when you post a picture of you with a gun or your daughter with a rifle while hunting, everybody's like, oh, that is evil. I don't know. It's taboo for Hispanics.
That's why I was asking. I kind of had that impression that there's tends to be that kind of thinking among the Hispanic community. But here you are. Obviously, you're tuned in. You're going to Nevada. You got your wife carrying. How did you get there?
Oh, I enjoy hunting. I've always been a hunter. I was a spear fisherman. And when I moved to Louisiana from Puerto Rico, there's not many places you can go spear fishing. So
no, the water's not that clear. So you decided to hunt on the land.
Yep.
And that got you into the guns, and then you decided to take care of yourself. Well, like I'm going to just give you a huge attaboy and congratulations on making the decision to get over to Nevada. Good trainers. They really know their stuff. There are some trainers in the country I can just recommend without any reservations, and that's one of the places that people can definitely go. So you guys will have a good time, but congratulations. And if you would, pass along to your wife a big attaboy, because there's a tendency that after a while, if you're carrying and nothing bad happens, you think, well, I'm not going to carry today. It's heavy, it's uncomfortable, it's a pain in the rear, blah, blah, blah. Don't let her get there. Keep her trained up and keep her thinking that, every single day you think, it's not today, it might happen. It's today is the day it's going to happen, and that gets your mind set right for the day.
Oh, yeah. I will.
All right. Thanks, Jose. I appreciate the call. You guys stay safe. Yeah, our thoughts for everybody. And Lafayette, wow. Tina is on line 2 out of Oregon. Tina, you're on Gun Talk.
Hi, Tom. I made my first call to you 4 years ago following a negligent discharge I had with my Beretta Tomcat. And you told me to get rid of the gun and buy a different gun. So I did. You also recommended that I go to Thunder Ranch, which I did with my husband.
Did you really?
Later, yes. I'm going to the 5th one in October, physically, if I can make it. The last time I was there was a Glock rep there from Glock, obviously, and he let us shoot the new 43. On my way to trying to find a Glock 43, because they were not available in any of the sports locations in Southern Oregon. So my husband read an article in one of the NRA magazines about the HK VP9, Victor Papa 9, and I bought one. And I was in the store, and they also had a Glock 43. So guess what I did?
You got them both.
I did.
Well, hey, one is none, 2 is one.
Yeah, our next class is going to be with an ankle holster. So then I also had to buy an ankle gun, so I got a Ruger LC9. So I'm your 9mm gal over here.
Holy cow, I guess you are.
Yeah, but I really have to advocate for that Heckler & Koch 9mm. The VP9 is just one of the best guns I've ever shot.
Wow. Of course, now, this is from I just want people to understand, this is from a 4-time graduate from Thunder Ranch, that's some seriously good training that they offer there.
Absolutely. I can't recommend them enough. It's silly how much I could say about how good they are. But I had been shooting a Kimber Aegis Pro in 1911, and for 4 classes at Thunder Ranch, we all put up with my malfunctions with that gun. Now, I don't have to do that anymore. The Kimber didn't frangible, didn't like reloads. It only wanted ball ammunition out of the box. And
that's no good.
It's a pretty gun, though, Tom.
And I've done the same thing. I still have guns. I think, I really like that gun. I don't really like the way it shoots, and it's kind of finicky, and it's not, but I really like it. And I'm thinking, well, what are you talking about? Get rid of the darn thing and get one that works.
Absolutely. I don't know why it took me so long. We took it to a gunsmith. We had it tricked up a little bit, but I wanted to go to Thunder Ranch. Maybe this is the last time without a gun that malfunctions.
All right, when you get to Thunder Ranch, I know that you are real good friends now with Clint and Heidi. I want you to do me a favor, okay? When you first see her, you go up and you give Heidi a great big hug, and you say, that's from Tom, okay?
Okay.
All right, good deal. They are, and I don't have to tell you this, two of the finest people that ever walked the face of the earth. Just simple as that.
Exactly, and the humility that Clint has is amazing. For everything he's accomplished, he's humble. Yeah. Yep.
Well, look, you take care of yourself, Tina, and you're in my thoughts, okay?
Thank you.
All righty, you take care. Yeah. She had an Indy, a negligent discharge. I said, all right, get rid of that gun. Let's get you something else. And you need to get some training. Oh, you're in Oregon. I remember looking. I said, you're in Oregon. You know what? You got a great world-class training facility. You got Thunder Ranch in Oregon. See if you can get in. It's hard to get in because they sell out a year ahead of time. Well, she did, and then and I know the story. She kept going back, and Tina's had some health problems. And she goes back like every year now. That's what happens. This is not a woman that you want to mess with. I pity the fool, as they say, who picks her as a potential victim. That would not be a good thing. So look at that. We've had reports right now on Vataclass and Thunder Ranch, and we talk about Gunsight and all these great, and we had a Front Sight report, all these places that you can go. So the question for you is this. If you mean it when you say, I would do anything to protect my family, if you really mean it when you say that, have you gone to one of these classes? Would you go to one of these classes? Is it really that important to you?
Covering all aspects of gun ownership every week on this fine radio station. You're listening to Gun Talk with Tom Gresham.
866 Talk Gun gets you in here. Let's see. Just looking on the CNN website right now. Chris Christie rips into gun rights activist in Iowa. Yeah, Mr. Christie, I know you're trying to convince us that you're a pro-gun guy. To say that I'm skeptical doesn't quite get to the heart of the matter. Line 3, John's with us out of Casper, Wyoming. I love Casper, Wyoming. John, how are you?
It's a great place to be, Tom. Thanks for asking.
Especially if you're a gun guy, because there's a lot of gun folks in Casper. I mean, people who make guns and scopes and mounts and all kind of fun stuff. A lot of gunsmiths in that area.
Long-range places to shoot out here. It's a hoot.
It is. So what's going on?
Well, I tell you what, I know I consider to be the expert on concealed carry, and I've got several holsters. I think you mentioned one time you had a bucket load of concealed holsters in every...
I do.
What do you consider to be the best? I mean, I have a Bianchi outside the waistband that is pretty tight against my body, and I got a crossbreed, but what is your preference?
Okay. It's a legitimate question, but it's an impossible question to answer. And I see that I'm looking here. You've got a Glock 23?
Yes. Got the Laser Max sight on it.
Okay, cool. Here's the problem. It's like saying, what's your favorite pair of shoes? I need different shoes for different things. If I'm going to be out running around in the boonies around Casper, I'm going to be wearing some kind of boots. If I'm going downtown, I'm going to wear regular shoes. I think you have to have more than one kind of holster for the different ways you might dress, and actually, frankly, because there may be different guns you're going to have. If I had my druthers, just for a pure comfort standpoint, I would have an outside the waistband belt holster that doesn't affect the way my pants fit and it would be really comfortable to wear a big old belt. That makes it harder to conceal. You got to have a big old honking cover garment of some sort, because now you have to cover up the whole holster. And inside the waistband holster, of course, puts most of the gun inside your pants, so you don't have to have as long a shirt or a cover garment. Sure. You don't have to cover the top part. But, and here's the thing that a lot of people don't get, you need a pair of pants that's 1 to 2 inches larger in waist size if you're going to carry IWB.
Or you lose 2 inches off your waist.
There is that. And you know what? And if you go that way, then there's an added bonus there, isn't there?
Well, I got the, what do you call it, the 511, and they work really well, although there are times, even with my inside the waistband holster, it's a little uncomfortable. Maybe I'm just not doing it right. I've got the big carry belt.
No, you're doing it right. You know what? It's just going to be a little uncomfortable. And that's the reality of it is none of them are absolutely comfortable to the point where you're not going to notice them. Unless you get to itty-bitty guns, and maybe that's true. But I'm there with you. You know me. I put on a gun in the morning. I take it off at night when I go to bed. I wear it all day at work, wherever I go, and I wear it at home. When I'm reading, I'm on a big easy chair. I don't have a gun near me. I have a gun on me all day long. So we're looking at 14, 16 hours of carry every day. I find the hybrid holsters, the Alien Gear, the crossbreed holsters, amazingly comfortable. In the summer, I find them a little bit of a problem for me down here in the steamy South. That's a lot of material against your body, so you tend to sweat. Then sometimes I'll switch to a straight-up Kydex holster, trying to get as much sweat protection as I can get and not have me sweating all over the place. And honestly, I'll tell you the other thing. It's kind of like, you know how you change your shoes because you need to change your shoes regularly anyway. I will change holsters just because it fits me a little bit differently and feels different, so I don't have the same holster on for 20 days in a row. I know that's not helping you, but the reality is what you're experiencing is exactly normal.
Well, I appreciate that. You know, in today's society, I've never even thought about concealed carrying in the last 3 years, but you know, I travel a lot, and I'm telling you, my spider sense is tingling, and I just feel better knowing that I've got one with me and I know how to use it.
I think that's the bottom line, John. I think you just got it. We feel better having one with us and knowing that we know how to use it. I couldn't have said it any better. Listen, you be safe out there. I appreciate the call. I want to talk to Ron in Gresham, Oregon on line 1. Hey, Ron, how are you?
I'm doing fine, Tom. How are you?
I am great.
Hey, you got the best show on radio. You know why?
Why's that?
Well, when you go to a commercial, I intentionally stay tuned to listen to your advertisers. I want to know who's making the ammunition. I want to know who's doing the holsters. I want to know what groups to join. And I do stay tuned to the commercials. So,
that's cool.
The reason I called was earlier in the show, you were advertising or mentioning the GunDealio app.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not an app guy, but I've got a few on my phone, so I thought, well, what's one more? So I took about 3 minutes, and I went and found it and downloaded it. And about 3 minutes later, I was through browsing, and I'd found a pair of laser grips from Crimson Trace I've been looking for, and I just couldn't bite the bullet and pay that much. And I felt I got it for a great price. I got it for less than half, and they're going to have it mailed to me. I mean, it probably is on its way next week. So just want to let you know that app's easy, quick, and the prices on there are amazing.
So you got the deal because you found it on GunDealio.
Right. And I found GunDealio on your show. And like I said, I'm not a tech guy, but I had those after I after I got on my phone and then started typing in. I was there, and I had them online and ordered in about 7 minutes. And I've been going to gun shows and looking online for these things.
Well, now I will tell you honestly, this was one of those projects that was going to take us like 6 weeks to do. So we started in December of last year, and we're just about finished. I think it turned out really well, and it's one of those win-win-win deals. You know, you save money because you got it. It's absolutely free. You didn't have to pay a dime for it. The manufacturers, in this case, Crimson Trace, wins because they're able to send you a message and say, hey, here's a cool deal we have. And, oh, by the way, the outfit you buy it from, whether it's a gun store or online or whatever it happens to be, they win because they're making a sale. Everybody wins on this deal. There's really no downside anywhere that we can figure out.
No, it was great, and I'm not a tech guy, so you don't have to be a real high-end computer-type person. I got on my phone, and like I said, about 5-7 minutes later, they're on their way.
Oh, you know what the other thing is? If you miss a Gun Talk show, you can listen to it on your Gundealio app on your smartphone.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. Hey, Ron, I appreciate the call. I appreciate the info, because I know a lot of people are saying, what is this Gundealio thing I keep hearing about? Well, it's a smartphone app. It's easy. You go to Gundealio. It's Dealio, all one word, gundealio.com. And it'll take you to the right place. You can download it, put it on your phone, and good to go. 866-TALK-GUN gets you in here. I'm Tom Gresham. Be right back with more Gun Talk.
The Black Hills. There's nothing like it on Earth. The kind of place where characters become legends. Wild Bill Hickok, Crazy Horse, Calamity Jane. Pick any part of the world and you'll find people go there to make it their own. But this is where people come to get made. This is the place that made the people who make the best ammo on Earth. Black Hills Ammunition.
Are you looking for a place to shoot? The National Shooting Sports Foundation has a great website called wheretoshoot.org. It's the largest database of shooting ranges on the internet. It's also a great resource for shooters where you can find video tips, printable targets, and a lot more. Find it online at wheretoshoot.org. And while you're there, download their free iPhone app. That's wheretoshoot.org.
Who will you trust with your guns and valuables? Liberty Safes are the best built and most secure safes on the planet. They sell more gun safes than any other brand. It's about trust earned through performance. If your Liberty safe is damaged by fire or attempted break-in, they'll send a new safe right to your home. Protection from thieves and fire. Trust the #1 maker of quality gun safes. LibertySafe.com.
For 36 years, the U.S. Sportsmen's Alliance has been fighting to protect hunting, fishing, and trapping for sportsmen from coast to coast. Today, we are under constant attack from extremist animal rights groups who want to end your ability to hunt in the U.S. Join us to protect our sporting heritage and our way of life outdoors. To join or for more information on how you can help, go to ussportsman.org. That's ussportsman.org.
You're at a gun store and your phone tells you about hot deals. Want to know about special offers? No problem when you have Gundealio, the free app for your smartphone. Gundealio delivers the latest deals on guns, ammo, and extras direct to your phone. Don't overpay for your shooting gear. Get Gundealio. It's free at the App Store and Google Play. Trigger the deals with Gundealio. Gundealio.com.
To be truly protected, if you use your firearm in self-defense, you need to carry more than just a gun. You need to carry firearms legal protection. If something happens, you get the very best legal representation. So protect your family. Add your financial security for less than $10 a month. Learn more at firearmslegal.com. That's firearmslegal.com. If you're going to carry, you better carry firearms legal protection.
If you're gonna carry, you better carry firearms legal protection.
All right, 866-TALK-GUN gets you in here. Let's see here. Daniel's in Medford, Oregon, line 2. Hey, Daniel, thanks for calling. What you looking at here?
Hello, Tom. I have a Glock 42, which is a .380, and I was trying to find a good self-defense round for it. Found a YouTube video that talked about a particular type of ammunition called Precision 1, and it scored consistently well with the gelatin test and all that stuff. Went to their website, and I found that they actually have a slightly hotter version of that they specifically recommend for the Glock 42 because it has a little bit more of a stiffer spring there in the slide. But my question is, the hotter ammo is actually labeled 380 plus P, which technically doesn't exist because there's really no standard set for that. So I've seen mixed messages on the internet pertaining to the safety of using this ammunition. There's certain guns that say, yeah, you can use a plus P 380, but most of them just don't really address the issue. So my first question is it relatively safe to use on a Glock 42? Second question is there any real advantage of using the plus P? I'm not necessarily trying to find a 380 that acts more like a 9mm. I'm just concerned because they specified that the Glock 42 would be happier with this particular round. So that's my question.
Sure. Okay. First of all, you are one of these few, and I do mean few people who know that there is no such thing as 380 plus P. Ammo specifications are done by SAMI, the Sporting Arms and Ammunition Manufacturers Institute. So they come up with a 9mm and 9mm plus P pressure loads. There's no such thing as a 380 plus P. So all that means is, well, it may mean nothing. They may be doing nothing to the load, or they may be loading it above industry standard maximum pressure. And if they're doing that, I don't want it in my gun. Simple as that, because there's no telling what's actually in there. So the other question that you have is, well, I have two things. Why would Glock recommend that? The problem here is that a lot of people don't have good shooting technique. And so they don't give the gun enough resistance, so you get misfires or malfunctions because of, quote-unquote, limp wristing and not enough resistance. So they say, well, I'm thinking, and I'm just guessing now, okay? I'm not Glock. I'm just guessing. Somebody there said, well, look, if we can get them to use hotter ammo, we can reduce the number of calls we get when there's nothing wrong with the gun. It's just that these people will not hold the gun right. They won't grip it hard and lean into it and give it the resistance it's got to have. Third part of your question.
Sorry to interrupt. Actually, it was not Glock recommending that ammunition. It was the ammunition manufacturer recommending that.
Okay. Yeah, no, nonsense. But to your last point, which is actually the most important point, no, there's essentially no advantage. You might get another half-inch or an inch penetration in ballistic gelatin. You're getting enough out of good 380 ammo that's not jacked up with higher pressures. So I would not carry it in my gun. All I want is good standard ammo that meets the SAMI specs for pressure limits. When you start going beyond that, you become a test case every single time you pull the trigger. And you know how they test this ammo in a lab when they're trying to go over pressure? They do it with a string tied on to the trigger, and the gun's in a different room. Well, if I've got it in my hand, I don't want to be the guy who's pulling that trigger with my hand and my eyes and everything real close to it. So I'm going to go with standard ammo. I'm not going to go with Mythical Plus P in a 380. It's a great question and a great call. I really, really appreciate that. Let's see. Do we have time to get Russ in here, guys? All right, we do. Line 3. Russ is in Medford, Oregon. Russ, got a minute? Go for it.
Yeah, you asked a question earlier about changing your carry equipment as related to specifically the recent shooting in the theater.
Mm-hmm.
And I was going to backtrack on that and say, no, I'm not going to change because I made that change a couple of years ago after the Aurora, Colorado shooting. And that day, actually, my wife and I were going to a movie. We came out and heard the news. And at that point, I was carrying a Car PM9 and had a flashlight in my pocket and felt fairly well ready. And then when I, in the coming days, evaluated the situation that had gone on there in Aurora, I thought, well, my PM9, although it's a great pistol.
So let me jump to we're running out of time here, Russ. You went to a gun with a light mounted on it and you got a holster that'll take the whole thing?
I did.
All right, listen, I appreciate it. Sorry, but I just, that's how much time we got because it will stop us when we get to that point. Have you thought about changing your gear? Are you carrying a light on your gun? And if you are, that's going to mean a different holster. A lot of things got to change.
Even though today's radio show is winding down, if you're on hold, stay there. Tom will pick your call up during the Gun Talk After Show. It's an on-topic, off-topic free-for-all coming up right after today's broadcast.
All right, don't forget, we do have the after show coming up. And if you're not getting the after show, it couldn't be any easier. Just go get Gundelio, our app for your smartphone, gundelio.com. Put that on there, and you can listen to the after show. You can listen to any other shows. They're all there. Really, it could not be easier. I want to talk with Al in Mississippi on line 1. He's got a problem with a holster. Hey, Al.
Hey, Tom. I'm in the process of putting a carry rig together, and I have settled on a crossbreed mini tuck. I love it. It just disappears where everything's perfect. The only problem is I have an allergy to some of the chemicals they're typically used to tan leather. And I'm looking for something. Somebody is bound, there's got to be somebody else out there with this problem. Something I can apply to the rough backside of that holster that will protect my skin from the leather and also hopefully let it breathe a little bit. I live I'm even further south than you are, and it's like a sauna in the summer. And I was wondering, the first thing that came into my mind was the old moleskin, but I don't even know if they still make that stuff or not.
Oh, yeah. I tell you what, you go look in the Dr. Scholl's moleskin in the foot care section. You can get a bunch of moleskin. You could try that. You could also try neoprene. You could try some kind of rubber on there. Now, there's another way to go here, and I know a lot of guys who carry, and they always wear a nylon T-shirt underneath their regular shirt, strictly because what that does is that then they can basically have the holster not in contact with their skin. Look, I'm the same place you are, basically. I'm in North Shore, around New Orleans. You wear a holster all day long down here, an Under Armour kind of a T-shirt, and after a while you're going to end up with some kind of heat rash or something where that holster is pressing against your body all the time.
Yeah, you're talking about wearing another shirt underneath your outer shirt, and I just can't imagine what that would be like.
No. It's actually, believe it or not, it's actually cooler. These Under Armour undershirts, they wick moisture out.
All right.
And I will tell you, I thought it was crazy. Tried it and went, you know what? This thing works. Now, it may not work with all clothing, and you may want to, 511, different people have them. That's a good point. Michelle's telling me. Under Armour, 511. You might want to try one of those and see if that works for you. It may not, however, be enough barrier to keep those chemicals off of you. They may come through that nylon shirt.
Okay, well, I didn't know if they still made the moleskin. I'll get some of that, and I may try the shirt. And can you buy the neoprene with like an adhesive on it? Where you can
yeah, you could. You know what? Check Skin Diving or a dive shop, and they'll have repair kits, or they may even have like old wetsuits around there that just for patches, and just tell them, look, this is all I need is a patch this big. You may be able to cut that thing out and make that work for you. So, a lot of ways to go. Hey, look, if you're on hold right now, don't go anywhere. We're going to get you in on the after show. If you'd like to join us, then just give us a call. 866-TALK-GUN. Get you in here. As we head to this last break and the end of the broadcast show, before we get to the after show, my thought for you is this. Bad people are out there. Evil exists. They do want to kill people. They want to kill you, your family, everybody else. Have you ever said this? I'll do anything for my family. I'll do anything to protect my family. If that's true, then gear up. Light, laser, gun, holster, extra mag, and make the commitment to get recurrent training every year at a real gun school, okay? Otherwise, quit saying I'll do anything for them. You either will or you won't.